welcome to the show. We're going to be giving information out that comes as I get it. And we're going to go from there as I sit in my space and play with the cosmic sugar. I call it a bit of a art and dance as I figure out who I am for this world and how to embody the most purest form of unconditional God's love. Right? Is that noise? Why is this? What? I've never heard that noise from my computer before. Oh, it's trying to read my voice. Hold on. Stop listening. Of course, with the usual technical difficulties. Give me a moment and I'll situate everything. I'm gonna make sure the audio is right, looks good. There's no outside noise. Let's enjoy what comes through as we play with the cosmic sugar. Long story short, I'm just gonna be talking about my definition of love and God's love and how powerful that is. You want to stick around and listen to that and feel that out as I figure out what to do with all of that knowledge, then, you might learn and grow as well. Here we are. And I'm still terrible with this, but I'll try to use it to tell a story. But mostly it's just something for me to play with as I fill out the information. So, God's love, God's pure love, it's powerful. Really, really powerful. We don't operate with this highest, purest form of love for various reasons. And it's usually society, for the most part, will get in there and teach us how to think. And it skews that most perfect form of love by introducing lack of love and all kinds of turmoil that goes with that. Did that even make sense at all? Society will twist you from pure to impure, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And if you have any cracks in that most pure state, you open yourself up to other things. That's what I'm learning here, okay? I've seen other things make people act out, like demon possession stuff. And so I wonder, what is in control there? Who is taking us away from the most purest love? Like, what energy is trying to pervert that in so many ways? What energy is that, right? There's the battle that every body has been talking about, the spiritual battle. God versus Satan, or good versus evil, right? Well, yeah, I think so. And I didn't want to think this. For a long time, I didn't want to think this. But I can't ignore it. Can't ignore it anymore. So, you're trying to embody the most pure form of light. And something else is trying to pervert it. Your constant goal is to stay with one, right? Stay with God's love. Don't let the perversion mix in, right? Perversion, what is that? Lack of what belongs in the kingdom, right? And it comes in various ways. Perversion, form of terrible jokes, mocking people, putting people down in ways like that. Like, all these things you could be a good comedian, for example, but if your jokes are putting people down, then don't think for a second there's not an energy over there getting into your light, and for a reason. And yeah, I'm a funny guy, and I'm a super huge, like, I make jokes about anything. I don't care if I think it's funny, and usually I have pretty perverted jokes, but a lot of people do. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's funny, right? Well, does it belong in the kingdom? Is it part of pure love? Any of that? When you talk about purifying the soul, you have to let a lot of stuff that might be a part of you go as you realign. Figure out what you are at that point, and what sources outside of you have an influence on you. At some point, you have to realign back with what created you, what created this. You have to align back with the original mission. This place was created to be heaven, not hell. And God's love will take that. If you embody the purest form of it, it's going to turn this whole place around. But it's really scary to lose yourself, to literally lose your own identity that you're trying to hold on to for some reason. It's you. It's everything you are. It's you. It's you. Well, you're pure. What parts of you aren't? Parts of you no longer belong. You have to let them gravitate elsewhere. That force is always there too. And I wonder what it is. Why does it have to be there? If God's love is so magical, powerful, and feels everything amazing, which you can tap into this. You can heal with this love. You can make, this is miracle energy right here. All this is right here. This has the knowledge. All of this, because it's tethered to the kingdom, but it has its own agenda. This agenda is in each and every one of us until we purge back to pure love and pure God, unconditional bliss. I think of exorcisms. I think of demons. I think of angels. What part do they play in helping this world become a heaven on earth like it should be? What if where I'm at with it all right now, the space of you can be as much love and light as you're trying to be. But let's face it, we're all not perfect, and that's okay. I'm not saying it's not. Shit, where'd I go with that? I was too caught up in the sparkles. That was good. No, the angels, right? Right, the angels. You could be trying to be good, all goodness, and operating in that love and light energy, but you'll be a beacon of light. You'll be a much brighter light than people who aren't operating on that spectrum. See, these little specks over here would be your people that are just oblivious to the world, watching CNN all day, listening to what the news wants to tell them. But you have somebody over here working some real magic. And he's shining way brighter than a little speck over there. This other evil force, this evil agenda is definitely gonna notice you shining so bright in the darkness. Don't get that wrong. It sees you. The more you know, the more love you try to spread, the more you purify yourself, you shine brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And it knows this other agenda. So, angels, demons, how are they in relation to keeping us, or doing their job, keeping nothing but love and light here, and keeping away, perversion and lack of love, murder and disgust, and all these other things that everything negative is over here, everything loving and pure and good and happy is over here. So there's this definite energy that doesn't belong in a heaven, but we're mixed in. So where do the demons and angels come to play to try to help? There has to be energies, information, downloads, right? Downloads of information going into people that are seeking for it. On both sides, though. You got people downloading. You have evil people downloading and contacting evil entities, and just the same to get their agenda, their personal goals. And you have people in the light trying to bring more light. The downloads, these angels, these demons, Are they responsible for the downloads? Are we tapping into information via them? What is their purpose? If not, what are they doing then? I've seen these energies take over people. That's why I'm concerned. I'm talking about all this, trying to figure this out. I've seen good people be completely possessed by things that are very wise and ancient evil. And I'm searching for the answers to that puzzle through soul purification and aligning back to what our Creator wants us to be, and pure love. I think something huge is happening. And yeah, I already apologize for the I'm getting everywhere and maybe not making a point, but sift through it because somehow it's all going to come together. Or you're going to take enough from the mix to make use of it. This world, it's this whole spiritual battle of good and evil, light and dark, is reaching a critical mass. Look at the rest of the countries of the world. Venezuela is like on fire last I knew. I mean, face it, other countries are either already controlled by some totalitarian government, dictatorship, whatever. Controlled. This whole world is controlled. All the people are controlled by this one entity that is not in alignment with pure love and unconditional love. We wouldn't have prisons, we wouldn't have things like that. It doesn't belong in the new world. The spiritual battle. Are you done with the dark, the dirty, and the bad? Are you done with the lack of love? Are you done fucking just feeling like this life is normal? You just wake up and go to work and go home and go back to sleep. This is not life. That is not what you are. It's just what most of us have become. It's broken, shattered mess of what we were supposed to be. We still are. We have it. It's right there. But we have all this damage from this other source, its own agenda, happen into our light. This whole we are one energy is not a lie. You can be evil and get your way in this world. You can be light and get your way in this world. Those who play in the gray area, pick a side. Because the time is happening and you don't want to be in the middle worrying about what parts of you still need to be burned off when the people who are doing the work to embody the purest form of love and light into their souls, burning off long ago their impurities best as possible. Those people that are trying, the most pure people thus far, will be chosen. That's what it says. That's what it feels like. 144,000 people? What? Is that it? Is that all? To fight all the world's darkness? 144,000 people? The Indian culture say it. in the scripture, this is 144,000 is a number. What the hell? What? Are you gonna be one, or do you want to be one that makes radical change in this world? Because you can't be in the middle much longer. And we all know the light's gonna win. Never wanted to believe it was a spiritual battle. I really just wanted to feel comfort in knowing that I was different than everyone around me. I liked that individualness. I just didn't fit in with people. I had my own thing. And I realized that. Why? I realized I wasn't supposed to fit into the norm and the mainstream. I wasn't supposed to be the popular kid in my high school. But everybody knew me. Everybody knew me. I had a special glow. I reach people with that glow. I take that glow into some of the darkest places. And I love people there, and I save people there. That's my mission. I'm talking about saving lives, talking about real differences in people's lives. I go there. I go to the deep parts of souls, get them to look at what's wrong and really dissect your soul. It's amazing. Purifying it is the key, guys. Let me tell you why. Back to the whole battle. At these two forces. What's so much more powerful about the kingdom of God versus the energy that opposes it? Whatever is not what the creator who made you and all this wanted it to be, whatever energy wants anything other than that one embodiment for this place. Look, this isn't this isn't all of us. We want our own things. I want more money. Yeah, I want this, I want that. All this. None of that doesn't fit here. So I lose that desire. Break off. That's okay, it doesn't fit here. What other part of my soul is lacking right now? And I go to those places and try to find it here. Try to fill it here. And you can do that and find out there's magic in this. If you just figure out how to fill your darkest spaces with pure love, you'll find that you no longer have any cracks. And the other side can't influence you anymore. And let me tell you, when you're operating in this full light, love, unconditional love of God, you are going to be physically and intellectually and in every other capacity, even comprehensible, empowered. You are going to be invulnerable to everything that this other influence could ever do to you. I'm talking about when you embody just pure love, You don't feel anything that's done to you. Like Jesus on the cross. Let me tell you guys. Nobody could hurt Jesus. Jesus didn't feel pain. It's true that you'll be given the same gift when the spiritual battle, the shit, hits the fan. If you aren't one that's so desperately caught up in the middle of the two sides, there's only 144,000 people, you better be way over here on the side of the fence, dudes. Not to say that you guys are screwed, and even a lot of you guys are screwed. Not saying that. This is a not screwed place, and we want it. We want all the people from any part from this spot on down the chain to still purify until they're nothing but this. This is where all the power comes from. So when this spiritual battle pops off, none of these people, none of the dark, negative, impure people will be able to harm you. They won't be able to pick you up off the ground or shove you. They'll hit you in the face, you won't feel it. I'm willing to bet when the guns start popping off, we'll know why we have comic books of Superman, the Man of Steel. They've been preparing us for this for a long, long time. Long time. And you better connect the dots. You guys better connect the dots. Especially if time's running out. And no, you won't go to hell if you don't. You'll just be real confused. And you might take a whole lot more pain than you need to. I'm gonna choose to be nothing but love and light. I'm not killing anything anymore. I can't kill shit anymore. I haven't killed anything but a mosquito. In several weeks, I've saved 4, 5 flies, a moth, 2 lizards, starting to rack up a bunch of little small deeds that we should always be. This is... Are you kidding? Like, I feel bad for putting poison in my house. I feel bad for buying the $8 racket bug zapper to kill these bugs. I want to live in peace. Well, why can't we live, not saying with the bugs, but in peace, in harmony with nature? Yes, absolutely. I have stopped putting the poison out. Bugs don't really bother me. The roaches, nothing's ever really bothered me. They're doing their own thing. The only time I care about them is when I do videos. I can't have them fly in front of the camera. My relationship with that which lives around me is no longer me eradicating it from my home. It's me inviting everything that wants to try to be close enough to me. Well, right, I'll give you enough. You're not gonna be like coming into my home and stealing from me. You're not gonna be a mosquito coming up and biting me either. And you can't be that fly that just won't get out of the way on video night. If I've asked you to, very nicely, and from this place of pure fucking love, let that sink in. Somebody texted me. Let me see who this is.
Alright, forgive me, guys. I'm just checking messages. That was actually Rick Hummer. Believe it or not, you know. Um, I'm feeling like kind of drawn back to my Christian family, the most pure, of these people. Finding that I have a lot of similarities and always have with the path that they're on. That's why we've always had at least a friendship to the point where we could text each other. But um, we don't talk much. But I just told Rick recently that I'm coming back to God, and the last thing he told me is, "Amen, amen." There's a lot to scriptures, and most don't dig in it to find out. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm digging in it. Hey, Allison, why do you play the Violent VR? Why do you play the Violent VR? Oh, yes. Good question, Allison. Fantastic. Let me get back into the VR and I'll explain that. Because it's something I'm battling in the moment. Yep. And I'll explain that, but let me get back here. Fix my settings first. Hold on. Great question. That is a perfect space for me to dive into right now, actually, because it's you see this, you guys see what I do, and you're like, well, how could you be, VR streaming, chopping people up, and be all about love and light, right? Ugh. I should have just put up the smoke screen. I'm trying to just take a hit. I got VR headset on. So anyway, yeah, you guys, great question. What the hell's wrong with you, Hori? How are you all love and light, but you're just playing video games or you're just killing people, right? Well, I got here's where I am on that. A, the dark side still tethered to me, operating from my purest form. Those games do a lot for my physical fitness. They also teach, in so many ways, reaction skills and in melee combat with weapons. So if the shit hits the fan and I have no guns, that is actually a game you can really learn some stuff in for reflexive timing, blocks, parrying, and this game is adding more and more moves that pretty soon it'll be like, yeah, I put on my VR and I know Kung Fu. I will be training a Kung Fu simulator. Matrix much? Yeah. So, why do I play the terrible games? It's fitness, it's self-defense, it's all helping me for the spiritual battle. So, that's how I've learned to still tolerate me putting out content like that. But it's now I question, I tolerate myself playing this game, but now I question myself about streaming that kind of content. That might have to stop. When I'm operating out of my most pure form of love, I can't even share shit like that into the wrong hands because they could use it against us, or they'll just take pleasure in the gore. That's allowing all this side to seep into, I'm still love and light. Yeah, I play that game. I put it out there because it's fun. And it's my fitness, it's my workout. It's teaching me a lot of things. It's so terrible. And I've been thinking about it lately, Allison. Should I just stop it altogether? Well, if I stop fighting death in my video games, I might as well quit every single video game that I have. Every single video game will then have to just go. To be, what? Nothing but pure love and light. Wow, what a surprise there.
ladies and gentlemen, Ori has made a great discovery. No, it's quite duh. And right to bring that up, Alice. So, the least I could do is stop streaming that content. And that thought seeping into my consciousness and awareness sets aside lots of cool ideas and fun things that I had planned. Mixed reality. I've already got episode 1 of The Adventures of Hori Shicho. What if? I could turn that into the story, like a movie, like Hollywood would have you be entertained by something, a distraction, but teaching somebody in just the slightest way how to embody the purest form of love and light. Can you inject that even into the minds of the people who are watching those games that I play just for the gore? Huh? Can I plant seeds in the dark people that watch that crazy shit that I do? I do it for a reason. I don't enjoy mutilating bodies and shit. I don't know how to explain that, but it's freaking amazing from a technical physics standpoint, coding thing, to have it done so well in a video game. If you're not a video gamer, where'd all my dust go? Just playing with a couple of specks. Oh my god. That's a great point. Let me make some more sparks. This is God. He wanted to create us, make a heaven on earth. This is the bubble, then. This is the protective bubble, the kingdom. Everything outside of it, pushed outside of it for a reason. The story that they told was Eve tooketh a bite of the apple, and everything got corrupt from there, right? No. This picture doesn't paint that story. Picture is not much. Let's realign. What I get for trying to draw pictures. Into the... Yeah, I can't watch it. I get it. Not for everyone. It's great exercise though, and if shit ever hits the fan, I'll know what to do with a sword, a bat, chainsaw, throwing knives, throwing axes, sticks, stones. Yo, I'll make it a weapon, and I know how to use that shit. I've downloaded so many forms of weapons and fought so many battles I did it in VR, bro, but guarantee you have a little bit of an edge if you're doing it in any capacity versus someone who doesn't do it on a daily, and especially not in their VR like this. You can't jiggle fingers on a controller and get this kind of a workout, much less this kind of knowledge, pure like understanding of combat physics and mechanics. So great question. How do I play these sick games? How does that still sit with me? What's that? If I'm up for a spiritual battle here, we can't let go of our fierceness. We can't let go of our fight. Can't let go of that. It's still in the kingdom of God, and it's there because it's a guardian in itself. Love is powerful, and it's a guardian. It is strong. It's impenetrable. You know, and it's just its weight in stone alone will just crush anything. So you need that fight. The kingdom needs that fight. The kingdom needs warriors in the spiritual battle. What we must understand in the end is that won't be necessary. Once the battle is over, there'll be peace. This takeover is not going to be a peaceful takeover. Jesus didn't do so well, did he? Not going to be a peaceful takeover. The end times, the Armageddon, there's words for it. There's ancient civilizations have written this in books, and it's in tribes that don't even really intermingle with Western culture or civilized nations. It's like in their shit even that this war is going on and this major battle is going to take place. There's numbers, a certain amount of people. Be on the right side. What helps me know this is powerful for you, anybody who's just listening to this babble right now, this is really powerful. When you are coming from this space, you'll be granted, superhuman strength. You'll be able to not be moved. You'll be able to be. You embody what you're supposed to embody. You will be immovable, or you will be just purged away. You'll be chipped at. Whatever part of you doesn't belong, be chipped away at until you are what you're supposed to be. It'll hurt so much that you'll have no choice but to just go to the light. That's pretty much what the spiritual battle is going to be. But it very well looks like it's going to be physical. So you'll be granted superhuman strength on this side. You'll be granted the power to heal. I mean, these are things I know I've already done, so I know that this is the minimum. Being able to jump an 8-foot tall fence, with just ease, stuff like that. Like, people trying to just move you, they can't. Break your arms, they can't. Punch you in the face, they don't hurt you. This is the kind of stuff I've been through, I've experienced. Operating from a place of pure love and light and having somebody attack me. So you'll be given powers. It's that's what's amazing about the spiritual battle, is that there's real supernatural powers that can just take us over and give us this amount of strength. It's unbelievable that two people couldn't move me off the ground. Couldn't, you got like at least 350 pounds of human trying to lift only 118 pounds. I don't care how fat you are or how little muscle you have. If you are just big enough to carry your own 250 pound ass around, you probably, with a friend, would lift my 118 pound ass up, or at least just be able to manhandle that smaller human into a space. But they couldn't. They couldn't do it. This was me. I'm talking about an experience I had when for 2 weeks I didn't eat, I didn't sleep. All I wanted to do was connect with people and heal the darkest parts of them. I made people cry. I made people walk down the street crying in tears. I had people telling me, "You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Quit all that nonsense." And I called them out on their bullshit, and I proved them wrong, and they got scared. Real scared. You know? You can't abuse this gift. You can't abuse this light. You can't, if you do, you'll lose it. Believe me, there's a lot of forces over here that would love to let you use your light for their agenda as well. So they're constantly looking for the brightest, evil is constantly looking for the brightest souls to tether to. But they can't. We're operating from this purest form of light. When the battle goes down, and whoever wants to just be in control and dominate other people and feel like they're right, all that energy, all that shit, that is going to be like a piss in the wind strength versus like the pressure washing that they're going to get from God's love straight the fuck out of there. They're not going to be able to touch you. They're not going to be able to hurt you. When the war goes down, if you're with the light, you're going to kick so much ass. It's unbelievable. I've already experienced it in my own little piece of the play. When they took me in for that Jesus experience, as I call it a long time ago, my Jesus experience, guys. Why? I had no idea. At the time, I had no idea. I was mocking Jesus. Christianity was nothing in my bubble. But I call that my Jesus experience because I felt like I was Jesus, and all I wanted was love for everyone, truth and understanding, and healing. And I embodied that so hard it made people around me cry and shy away in shame. And my mom was chasing me with a fucking flip-flop around the living room because what the things I was saying was getting into her psyche so hard, because it was stuff that was just deep, whatever it was. I don't even remember. But it wasn't for me to take back. It was my highest form of love, helping her go there and deal with shit on a soul level. But I was channeling that love at the time and that understanding, and it got through to the point where her demons did not want that healing. And they made my own mother chase me around with a fucking flip-flop and call the cops. That's what leads to me wrestling with those 250-pound guys. It was 2 weeks of me not eating, not sleeping, being this love and light, and all of a sudden cops show up. I was just taking a walk down the street. When I jumped, she flipped. Let me back up. Chasing me with a flip-flop after me trying to purify parts that needed healing in her soul. She couldn't take it. She was having panic attack. I just say, look, all right, I'm gonna go out now. I'm gonna go take a walk. No, don't leave. I said, yep. I just hopped the fence. I'm like, I'm just gonna go somewhere. And that pretty much freaked her out to see me hop I'm sure, hop an 8-foot fence in a single bound. Like, she's been weirded out that whole 2 weeks. I'm not eating, I'm not sleeping. You know, what would your mom think of that? Her son is thinking he's Jesus. Oh shit. Oh my God. It's time for the crazy ward for him, right? Yeah. It was a crazy experience, dudes. It was a crazy experience. But I knew things. I knew everything there could be to know. I was watching TV, like, not to watch TV. It was on in the room, and I happened to like pay attention to it and realize that person that made that Lifetime Movie Network television show wanted, you know, his audience to feel certain emotions. He scripted it every single minute of that whole play to feel his roller coaster of desired emotions out of his audience. And I knew at every turn what was going to happen because I could literally read the script without seeing it. Without, you know, I could tell what was happening. I could tell because I connected with the artist. And it was a download. When you get these downloads when you're in this state of full love, Christ, God, love consciousness. Okay, like, you can connect to like knowing everything. Now, you can't just straight up start sharing the juiciest juices of the Nexus. No, you can't. There have been times where I'm like, dude, I gotta tell you something so deep, and then he's like, okay, what? And I'm like, it wasn't for them to hear such magic. So cat, you know, that whole cat got your tongue thing. Sometimes you want to say something and it's like, it's not coming out, or it's hard, I'm losing my... Is there either other forces at play that don't want that truth to get out? Or what? What is it? Question these things. Purification of one's soul. What we're here to be doing right now. To proceed to the next step. Doesn't matter where you're at in your life right now. You can always align with pure love. It feels better. It feels better. It really does. Yeah, it means you can't put out roach traps and mice poison and shit. It really does. But you're asking for this place to be full of love, and you're putting out poison? Come on now, get your shit right. I hate to say it, but I'm here to say it. 100% pure. Nothing else goes. Burn off your desires for this world. Whatever you're trying to make $1 for, let that go. It's not going to matter. It really isn't going to matter. I don't care if this battle doesn't happen in this lifetime even. That is something you need to do. Let the desires of this world go. Just like biblical shit, man. You know, this is all really scriptural stuff. And these are downloads that I'm getting. It's in my name, I think. Something is up with my name. D. Saint Germain. You look, guys, go look up Saint Germain Violet Flame. Look up Saint Germain Violet Flame. And Ascended Master, Crystal Energy, Alchemy, Purification of the Soul. What else is this guy about? Saint Germain was an Ascended Master. His energy, his presence comes in people. It's been written about, and I don't know, but it's a thing. Saint Germain. I have his last name. I'm like, something for a long time has kept me from digging into my name, my heritage, my blood. And I've almost done it here and there in various key points in my life, but I didn't until just recently, because this would have been the only time it really would ever made sense. Anyway, everything I said, if you'll go find that guy Saint Germain, is about finding myself being aligned to on such a level where I'm looking at my entire life and this whole existence as sort of like this. This is where this would be God's love and us in the middle, and everything else over here, everything that's not, everything angry, pure, hateful, spiteful, right? You know what's good, you know what's bad, you know what feels good, you know what feels bad. Nothing that feels bad belongs where it feels good, right? So it's easy. It's black and white. Black and white, it's not gray. So stop being gray. Stop being gray, because whoever wanted to make this place isn't happy about this. And that's what the whole spiritual battle is going to be about. I don't think anybody in here in the middle that isn't even giving two shits about the whole spiritual battle is happy about this place right now. So you might as well pick up a pitchfork and join this side. You should give a fuck. I can't put it any other way. Don't be this in the middle. And if you have friends and family and loved ones that are these in the middle, grab them and put a pitchfork in their fucking hand. I mean, wake your people up. Wake your people up. You're born into families for a reason. You're connected to your family for reasons. Reasons of the spiritual battle. Is it surprising? There's some people in my family that just don't operate in the purest form of love and light, and they suffer. They're jealous of others. All about money, and they can't make it happen. Know people that I'm family members or close friends and struggle with all that kind of shit. I can't relate. Can't relate to that. I can relate. I used to be able to relate, but not anymore. So how do you help the people that are stuck in that trap of giving a shit about shit they shouldn't give shits about? How do you teach them their life is more meaningful and they better get with it? You can't shove a Bible down somebody's throat, and you certainly don't want to shove that particular book down anybody's throat. It's riddled with misinformation, but it's got a lot of truth. It's got the juice as well. So I'm looking into it. I'm looking in. I still have to hit play. On Karen B and Just Jack's video. I'm still watching that, trying to dissect it. Like halfway through the third, which I think they made either 3 or 5 already. But anyway, they're doing incredible work looking at the Bible and taking the highest form of love and truth from it, and spreading that. Like, it's hard to say how, but they're going through the Bible with ancient Hebrew words. The etymology of the Bible is where it's at. Like ancient, you got to look at the Bible under ancient Hebrew, with the ancient Hebrew lens. I don't know how to say it. Start looking at what the words really mean. Realize the translator of the Bibles are trying to. It's just been mistranslated. It's telling a whole different story when Jack and Karen talk about it, just by changing up words. Little things. I mean, like Rick was telling me, people aren't digging into Scripture. They're just not digging in. Like, oh man, I didn't want to dig in, dude. I didn't want to dig in. I didn't want any of this to be real. Any of this spiritual battle shit to be real. Any of this God and Satan battle to be real. I wanted to be who I am and just be as good a person as I can be and try to get the things out of my life I want and aim for those things and aim for those things and work for those things and work. You know, it's like, that's a struggle. All that is a struggle. All that is a struggle. Why not just be complete and one right now with God's love, right? You can be. You can tap into it. Whatever parts of you are lacking, whatever feels like you have a need of something outside of yourself, go there in your mind. Ask yourself why you feel like you need that. What's it going to do for you? What will it feel like when you get it? All right? What will it feel like when you ask yourself that? Right? That's the next step of that question. And then you sit with feeling that. So you seek comfort. I'm just going to put the whole man desire for a woman thing. Why do men desire a woman? Like in my example, I would love a woman to feel comforted. I would love a woman's just hug right about now and comfort. And that is the only lack I feel in my life right now. So I've dealt with, this has been a long fighting battle with me. And you can fill the spaces of lack by going there in yourself, trying to figure out what you're trying to find. So I want to be comforted, by a woman's touch. I feel that woman's touch. Feel what I know it has felt like. Feel what I hope it feels like. Feel the feeling I want to feel. That's what you have to do. Get an idea of what you're trying to feel and what you're going after, and just lay in your space, your bubble, close your eyes, and feel that. Just go in a space. It's so possible. It's so possible. I'll know because either it's true or I'm gonna have a severe fucking meltdown and a complete change of soul. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm filling up parts of myself that felt lack, the last bits and remaining parts of myself that felt any lack. And for a long time, I held it against religion and church and God. I'm like, God's not filling me with this. God's not filling me with this. I can't get it from God. I need, no, the energy, it's all energy. Your needs, desires, energies. You're lacking there, and it's within the kingdom of God. It's pure, and it's love, and it's light. You're lacking things, you can fill it with this. If you're lacking things and you're filling it with anything but this, you're doing it wrong. It'd be pretty obvious, but believe me, a lot of people are taking drugs to feel happy and loved. A lot of people are taking drugs just to feel happy. I'm taking drugs just to feel happy. What I'm telling you and convincing myself ever more magically of every day is that I won't need drugs to be happy anymore. I'll break that addiction. I'm already learning how to fill up my heart space with God, love, energy, when I thought I just simply needed someone else to do that for me. Because just makes so much sense, right? But no, you really, nope. God can fill that space. You don't need someone else to fill that space. I couldn't fucking understand that for the longest time. Nobody told me it's energy. It's energy. It's energy. Nobody said, if you want this, lay down, feel how it feels to have it, and be happy having it in the moment. Fill up. Fill up. But just make sure you're filling up with the right shit. Like, I can go to sleep tonight and feel like I'm laying next to someone that I love. I can put my own hand on the back of my own hair and touch my own face and lay on that hand and feel like I'm laying with my lover. And I'm complete. Finally. The struggle is over in that regard with my soul. That is a major, major, major step of feeling complete in oneself. Feeling, some people claim to be there. I'll tell you what, I think they're full of shit. You're full of shit, most people claiming that shit. Because I know what kind of magic I'm working with, guys. And I'll tell you right now, either I'm full on demon possessed and speaking of the devil's tongue, or I'm pure love and light and sharing it. It's no longer one or the other. And yes, to circle back to Allison's question, you know, why am I streaming the crazy VR and gore video game? Like, maybe I should stop, right? I should stop. I've been purifying myself enough to know lately that's a good step. And I love people like Allison that can, you know, call me on my bullshit. Hey, I kind of want to go back to whatchamacallit I had on my show that was telling me how dirty and perverted I was and how I had demons in me and shit. What was his name? I literally forgot the dude's name because it was just... he didn't make an impact on my soul how he came at me from a place of judgment. I'll get his name. he's a pretty big channel too. He tried to shit on me. He had a lot more points than I thought he had all now. But you don't come at people like that if you're trying to share God's love. All it did was push me away. There was no solution. He didn't offer me any solution. That's the problem with a lot of these people in the church. Teaching God's love, but not really offering a solution. They teach it from the book, but they can't work the magic. The real people, the real players in this world, in this spiritual battle, are the ones with their hands in the magic, dudes. And that's not saying, oh, go get some candles and start making fucking pentagrams. No. No. And in fact, stop it. Stop, please. You don't need it. You don't need it at all. You don't even almost need it. Tools, drugs, nothing. You don't need any of that. To embody pure love and light. And to get the strength of God when the battle happens, when the shit hits the fan, when you just need it personally in your life to defend your loved one, you will be granted this. If you operate from this heart space and go to defend somebody, you will be granted the ability to defend them with superhuman strength and speed. This is what comes with aligning with this. This is why you need to have the right people on your side. Watch what accumulates in your life. The other people that trail along to your light. What do they want from you? Some people want certain things from you. people want your magic. Some people want to see you grow. Some want both. So whoever you're mixing with, make sure that they're working for the same team, that they are dabbling in the right court. You know what I mean? Keep good people in your life. Once you've got a hold on this whole, God's love is magical and powerful, then take your little ass out there into the darkness, please. Take your ass out into the darkness and start lighting torches. Go to the dirty and dark spaces for people. When you're love and light, go heal. Spread it. At any moment of your own personal purity, you can start spreading love and light. But oh my God, does it get more powerful when you just are more and more pure? It's like the downloads are more steady. Amazing. I was told my last trip, I asked a question to God, because I'm praying now again. I said, God, what am I supposed to be doing? And you know what the word was that popped in my head? It was deliverance. Deliverance. I found out that it was about purification of the soul. I found out more about exorcisms and decided, when I say found out, I meant instant downloads and reasons why I should apply that to my spirit in the moment. So when I got the word deliverance, when God said, what do you need to be doing? I said, what do I need to be doing, God? God said, deliverance. It's like, whoa. Whoa. Purify your fucking soul, Hori. Get on the pavement right now and cast your demons, is what I did. Cast your demons out. This was basically what I was commanded to do, is take the boot of God, the righteous fury boot. This, like I said, keep on to that strong warrior spirit. The God, God needs that. That's God, man. That's God's protective spirit. Shit, where was I going with that? I don't know if anybody's listening in the chat. Catch me up, because I just lost my train. It was great. I was on to something. What's up, Allison? I'm reading the chat now. I get it. Need for music. I can't even read. I get it. A need for muscle memory and such. Yeah. But all is mine. I was St. Francis for a couple of weeks. Oh, during a fast. How nice. Action speak. Yes. Script ed scripture. Yes. A copy of Strong's Exhausted Concordance was stolen, and I hope it is being studied. Oh, right. Yeah, I hope they're making good use of that fine knowledge. I don't know what it is, but I can kind of relate to the weird struggle. Now's the time where you take a bowl, light it up. I'm gonna go ahead and take a hit. I'm still examining these thoughts, I'm doing this for really whoever is in a space of not being sure what the hell this world's all about and how magical we are and what we're supposed to do with the magic when we find out we have it. This conversation is for you if you stick around and learn. Especially if you want to ask questions. How do I use my magic? How can I apply it in my life? I have a problem in my life. How do I fix it? Like, I can help with these answers right now. telling you from a place of pure love and unconditional love and understanding. You're granted like knowledge of how to help people heal that in their life. The answers will just come when you start trying to heal somebody and love them. The answers will come. Let spirit guide you. Heard that? Yeah, man. Don't be afraid to go and try to make good change in people's lives. Do it, and you'll get help. Oh my God, I'm trying to smoke this bowl with my VR headset on, and I'm like, wait a second, I can't see my lighter. Hold on. Almost. Smoking pot's gonna eventually have to go. Not because I want it to or think it's wrong. It's certainly not wrong. And it's not like wrong in the, God's love kingdom kind of way either. It's okay. Pot is all fine. Whatever you do with pot, it has to go because it helps. It if you're vibing really, really low, pot will raise your vibe to a point of at least like boredom isn't a fucking thing. Okay, and from there you can mostly operate. That's why if I just have weed, I'm not gonna go out and kill myself or wear my headphones and listen to my favorite fucking Rage Against the Machine while a train runs over me on the railroad tracks. Pot helps me from doing that shit. So by all means, take your medicine. Not big pharmas though. God put shit like this here for a reason, okay? He erects the earth. It's got your medicine. If you need something more physical, connection that's physical, can't do it all energetically, maybe that's why people are connecting with earth. Got the tree hugging hippie people, like that's cool too. Part of God. Part of God's creation. Caring about the earth, the animals, the wilderness, that's it. At the same time, they're going to see and they're going to try to steal that brightness. They're going to try to harness your intellect, take your brain and make you do astrophysics with it. I say that because I've been watching it. Getting old. How do you...
yeah, it helps me sustain to the point of not wanting to kill myself, but it interrupts. It acts as a fogifier when you're really trying to download. Like it's like pot will help you in if you're especially just doing it in moderation. It will have a much greater effect for you if you use it to get downloads. If you're using it for pain, you have to use more of it, and so you can't necessarily use it for downloads if you're so always already doing it anyway. So like when I'm tripping, I'll smoke, and sometimes it'll make me just lose my train of thought more. Like I don't want that anymore. If I have a train of thought, I want to keep it. Pot is the thing that so addicted to wanting it, and it gets in the way of me communicating with people on the highest level I want to be communicating with. So I'm like cutting out. I have to cut out weed to communicate more properly with people. That's gonna suck, or it would normally, because I was using weed to, fill up all that depression I was using weed for, this lack of love, this no girlfriend shit energy, this smoke weed, it'll be fine, just ignore it and smoke weed, don't fill up from God though, don't fill up from God, but now I'm starting to fill it up, fill in the heart space with the proper energy. I don't have a lack for shit anymore like that. And it's magical. It is truly a more whole feeling. I still have roaches in my house. I've asked them to leave. I'm not going to wipe up the poison, but I'm not putting any more out. I've seen these roaches struggling with this poison, guys, and it broke my fucking soul. Like I put out the poison like the day before I did a trip, just because I'm like, I don't know, I got the money for it, and I'm like, these roaches are so big and they're disgusting. I'm done with big nasty roaches. I mean, okay, right? I don't want them in my space. So I was just, whatever, I don't care. And I was gonna put out a whole bunch of poison. I got this syringe and started squirting shit in crannies and nooks. But I walked in the bathroom and this huge roach was on the wall and just staring at me in the face, and I'm tripping, and I'm like, Mr. Roach, keep in mind this is the day after I put that poison down. Mr. Roach, you're gonna have to leave. If you haven't tasted of the poison yet, you'll surely find it, but you should go. And he stood there and just listened, and I was like, why is this roach not fleeing from me right now? And I communicated with this roach, and he was tripping his balls off, basically. He was not sure what world he was in, what he was looking at, what he was supposed to be doing as a roach. That drug completely twisted his poor self up into eventually he died the next day in the same spot. I thought he was trapped in a spider web. No, he got the poison and he died. And I felt real bad. I'm like, damn, I tried to warn you, Roach. But damn, I did that to you. I'm sorry, Roach. Fuck. We'll have to live with mistakes we've made in the past. I can't do shit about that. I've made kids. I don't know what they're gonna do. You have any idea? I'm a father trying to embody this kind of love and light, and my seed is out there. And I don't know what's tethered to them, what's stealing from them. They're not being fostered at this pure love and light level. They're not. I already know this. It's, oh my god, like, the deception runs deep. It
really does with people. People that think they know the best, and try to enact their will on others. Like, it's what I've dealt with my kids. My own father took my child away from me through the courts with a judge that he was having hunt on our own property just that same Thanksgiving. Let me run that by you again. Me and a girl at the time had a baby, and we had a court battle, and the judge presiding over the case was working with my father to steal my kid from me. Like, I've been hurt that bad by people real close to me, and my seed has been, that's their father. That evil, my father is their father. That evil in him spreading into my seed. This is something I worry about. And my daughter's 14, and I just found out she's cutting herself. Right? 14. Well, my dad must have done a great job over there, taking fatherhood away from me. Yeah, God, daddy-o. Not real love. Control is not God's love. Thinking you could do better. You're gonna control somebody's life out of oh, it's gonna be better. No, trust me, I'll make it better. No, trust me, in the end it's not gonna work out. Control is not gonna get you anywhere. Controlling another person is not gonna win. It's not gonna win you anything in the end. It can't. Control is not in the kingdom of God. It doesn't exist. If that was true, then there would be no free will. You guys, we're really powerful people. We can heal. We can move mountains, man. Metaphorical mountains. All I gotta say is meet up with your soul tribe. There's Flattoberfest coming up if you're into the same circle I'm into, and there'll be a lot of cool people meeting up, a lot of like-minded people vibing, man, over there in Flattoberfest. Oh shit. I threw Flattoberfest way the fuck over there. Oh, you need some Flattober over here. Hold on. I just talked to my lovely Joelle, called me tonight, and seems to want to help me get to Flattoberfest. I told her if she wants to help me get to Flattoberfest, I'm not just gonna like put up a GoFundMe to get there. I was like, I don't have money to go. It's something I would just like to do. I'm not doing that whole take a vacation again and do a GoFundMe, which wasn't my idea in the first place. That was David Weiss making me do that, but it worked. It fucking worked. Joelle's like, do it again. We all want you. And I'm like, if I'm gonna do that, I have to offer something, because I'll spin fire. How about that? I said, if you get me there, Joelle, because I can't afford it. I'm saving up for stuff in my life, and it's more important than making the trip. I'm not going to be able to make that. It's these fucking video cards, man. They're expensive, and I can't come off money for it right now. But she's like, no, I'm gonna get you there. I'm like, okay, you do. I'll spin fire for everybody at Flattoberfest as a thanks. And I don't even know if that's gonna be possible, but it would be cool. There'd have to be an outdoor space for that, and with it being a big venue, it would be some weird shit. But if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Kind of how I roll these days. There's certain things I'm creating and learning, and certain people I'm, reaching out to right now. Seeing who's on the same side, who's, it's been a fun ride. It's been a hell of a roller coaster, especially for me, the past couple of months. This whole purifying of one's soul, my last name, the Ascended Master shit, religious spiritual battle. I've been, and then, bringing in psychedelics. Super down. Guys, I'm no longer the same person I was 2 months ago. Really. I'm trying to align with this and burn everything else out. I'm not perfect, still not 100%. But what I did the other day let's get back to that whole deliverance, when I said, God, what am I supposed to be doing right now? And the answer was deliverance. I shoved myself into the pavement, put my face to the pavement outside, okay? Shoved my chest to the ground, my face to the ground, and I had the boot of God's love, right? This is back to that. That's what I was talking about earlier. Wow, here we go, full circle. Pulled out of myself, I'm almost out of my body, but not physical. It was a visualization of this. Physically, I was laying on the pavement, right? But I visualized that I was standing up over myself with a boot, crushing the demons in my spirit, the negative things, the things that feel lack, the things that want death, the things that are perverted, the things that watch porn, the things that are dirty, everything, My shame, my guilt, my funk, my nasty. I took God's love, unconditional love, and righteous fucking fury, like a high heel crushing ball sacks, crushing spines, really, was what I was doing with that boot. Crushing the very spines of whatever energies are playing as little angels or demons tapping into my light. The causes for those lacks and desires and everything negative, I crushed that shit out of me in an exorcism, because I asked God, what do I need to do? He said, deliverance. Cast your demons out, Hori. Purify your fucking soul. And I did. And I'll be vulnerable with you guys and say, I haven't masturbated since. Really, I don't have a desire for it, even. It's not something I'm battling, like, I can't masturbate. It's not there anymore. And it's not like it's wrong either. I'm not like never gonna masturbate again. It's not it. The desire to not masturbate, I've realized in that I don't care to watch porn. That's especially gratifying to know that whole shit, nasty, negative energy will no longer be. It can't exist anymore in this purest of spaces. So it has to go. I am totally cool with letting go of masturbation. Finally, how did I do it? Crushing my demons? Huh? Nobody could have fucking told me this. Nobody could have told me how. That's why I'm making this stream, to tell you guys how I fucking did it. How what I fucking did stuck so far. And on that note, I asked, how do I embody the most pure form of love and light when I wake up, when I stop tripping? How do I remain like this? I asked that question, and I got the answer immediately. The answer was do not eat. Stop eating was the 100% answer. Stop eating. That's cancel what I said before. The answer I got for that question was stop eating. Now, the download also was, telling me to fast. It was at least obviously telling me to fast. But was it just literally telling me stop fucking eating from that moment on? Ooh, well, I know you can still live. I did that for 2 weeks. Turned into Jesus Christ. Had my mama chasing me with a flip-flop. Cops called on me. A couple of times they came over and said, hey, sir, can we help you? No? Oh, well, you're out here. What are you doing? I'm like, going for a walk. What's wrong with that? Oh, well, you got some calls. Your mother's concerned. She's concerned for your safety. Are you okay? I said, I'm fine. Are you okay? And they had no fucking clue what to say. They were just like, well, but it was more than that. So then they went and huddled. And they come back with a different little scenario to try to get me to say I was doing something wrong. Some way to put me in cuffs, to take me away. Because, okay, the cops were called. This guy's not hurting anybody, not hurting himself. He's going for a walk. Mother's concerned, hasn't eaten, hasn't slept, talking about Jesus Christ. So here's the cops showing up. They're just doing their job, right? You think? No. Ladies and gentlemen, cops will do their job for shit like that, absolutely. But when cops get called on people thinking they're Jesus Christ, let me tell you something. A different arrangement takes place. Arrangement being hell of a word for it. They tried to put me in cuffs, take me away. The way they were able to do it wasn't by telling me I was doing anything wrong. One of the female police officers came over and said, hey, so, you're all Jesus in love, and well, I kind of I kind of think like I'm a prostitute or whatever, and like started saying weird shit to me, and I knew it was like weird to hear this from this person. Like it was just weird to hear it from them, but it was interesting because I had nothing else to do but hear this person babble on about being a prostitute. And so I had the answers to help that. If she was being truthful, great. So she says, okay, you want to talk more? Put these handcuffs on and come in this car. And I'm like, all right, I'm down for that. What I didn't know was that they were going to take me to a place, stick a catheter in me, and send nurses in to try to stick me with a syringe. I don't know what the syringe was. I don't know what was running through my dick in a catheter, or for what fucking reason I had a catheter in. But they were watching me. They were monitoring me, my vitals. They sent a nurse in with a syringe. I said, if you stick me with this, I forgive you for the damage that it causes. And I looked in their eyes, and their eyes like welled up with tears, and they ran out the room. 5 different nurses could not stick me with their poison when I was pure love. And I looked them in the eyes and said, you are about to hurt me, and if it does, I forgive you. Five nurses couldn't do it. One, I heard them in the hall crying. They would walk out the room. They were crying and leave the room. I can't stick him with that. I can't. I don't know what it is. I can't stick him with this. 5 times. And then finally one of them comes in, black eyes, black eyes, solid black fucking balls in her white eyes. Stuck me with that thing and walked right out. I told her the same thing, but she didn't care. Nada, didn't care. She's doing her job. Fuck you, bro. I got a paycheck. I woke up, I don't know how long later, in a hallway, walking, and experiencing what I know to be a walking seizure. Only one I've ever had in my life. Where my experience was, after that woman stuck me with whatever poison that was, I wasn't in control of my body. Something else was. Something else was walking it around for a while and shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. But when I came back to realizing where I was, I had to take over my fucking body again. My tongue was rolling sideways in my fucking mouth. My joints and shit were curling up and uncurling, and vice grips were releasing and contorting, and I'm like, whoa, brah. And as I'm dealing with this, coming back into my body, fighting for control over it, this nurse walks by, and I'm like, help, help, help. And she just looks at me, her eyes rolled, and she just kept going. Like, bruh, there are demons working in the health profession, in the crazy wards and psycho asylums. There are demons working there for a reason. There are demons working in those places. You want to go find demons? Go to the asylum. Go to the security guards. Go to the security guards in your local insane asylum and look them in the fucking eyes. And if you can't look at them and say, wow, that is the most beautiful, pure, and God-righteous person, I tell you what, they're completely demonized. They're either that, which I promise you they're not. They're completely demonized. They're being... something's tethered to their soul, controlling them to be controllers and abusers of those people that need help the fucking most. They're just doing their job. Those security guards, man, when I came to, when I realized that I had to take over my body and that nurse didn't give two shits, finally I took over my body and I told somebody what was wrong, and they said, oh, take this pill, come here, back to your room, come back to your room, take this pill. I was like, whoa, fuck is this? I lipped it, I faked it, deceived the hell out of them, and they thought I took it and it all was well. I spit that shit out. I went to the front desk like an hour later and I said, I'm ready to leave. I don't know why I'm here. I'm ready to go home. I didn't do anything wrong. If you could tell me what I did wrong, I'd be all right. And they couldn't tell me what I did wrong because I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't hurt anybody. I hurt myself. I didn't conspire to do anything wrong. They had no legal rights to keep me there, but they did. They did. And when I realized I needed to go, I was still that Jesus energy. I was still there, whatever that was. And that's when the security guards came. And they wanted to stick me with the second syringe. Well, I'm not going to say I battled them. I mean, I allowed a battle to happen while they were trying to put me in that door to stick me with that syringe. I allowed them to try. I didn't fight them. I didn't attack them. I could have done real damage. Could have killed them easily. But I let them do their job because I know that that's not who they really are. Not who they really were. And out of that love came the power that allowed me to not be moved. Immovable fucking strength. That's why I'm encouraging people to embody the purest form of love. You get strength when you need it. You get strength in that situation I just described. I don't know what they stuck me with. But when I finally let them, I said, guys, look, you ain't going to get me in this room unless I want you to. So I'm going to let you get me in this room. But whatever you stick me with,
I want to let you guys know, I forgive you for what it does to me. Forgive you. And they didn't care. But when I let my arms unlock, I got, dude, thrown into that room. I mean, it was it was quite comical, actually, because imagine 250-pound guys trying all they can to shove a dude that's just bracing himself against a doorway. How hard they had to push. And when I just let everything go, we all flew into the wall. All. Bloosh. And it was a testament to, I knew, like, that wasn't my strength. That was the strength of God. I know for myself that we can do this. I didn't take any drugs. It was a whole week and a half that I didn't eat, sleep, drink anything. We can be that powerful. So when I ask God, how do I keep embodying the most purest form of love and stop eating? Makes sense? Done it? The shit they're putting in food, the animals, the death, that energy, it's all tethered, bro. You know where it's tethered to. I have 22 meat patties in the fridge right now, okay? And my food stamps just got cut off because they can't figure out how to put D. Saint Germain in the fucking food stamp registry website properly. It's causing problems. But so is this all telling me War doesn't need any more food? Or am I just ignoring the signs? When you get downloads, you get downloads. That's all I know. I knew where my sparkles were. I got 3 fucking specks of confetti right now to play with. Where's all my sparkles? Bruh. Let's make more sparkles. What's the chat saying? You guys still listening to any of this? It's powerful shit. A lot of babble. I hope to have actual discussion with people, like call-ins and shit. When I do my show, man, I want this to be an open discussion and not just me blabbling on. That's why I want. Alright, I'll tell you guys this. This is a perfect introduction for whoever's still watching this. There will be something coming very soon that you all will like, and it's not going to be low-grade shit like this anymore. I'll put it to you like that. Not that this is low-grade shit. The message I'm putting out is so fucking powerful, but my channel, what I put out on the norm, is about to change. It's about to be what I've always wanted it to be, and look how I've always wanted it to look, except without so many attachments and obligations. So I really think that me starting a podcast with a friend of mine will go a long way, because we have incredible conversations about stuff along these lines. And she's also very love and light, and she's also very witch and astral projection and Reiki. So in a lot of ways, it's an interesting mix of also my beliefs, and we butt heads when it comes to this whole spiritual battle thing. She's like, why are you turning into a Christian? And I'm like, but it's not about that. There's something about the Christian spiritual battle, but this love and light thing, there's some power in that. And she's like, yeah, okay, I'm listening. So we talk, man. And we're gonna put a show together.
We're gonna put a show together. I'm actually gonna set her up for success with that, regardless of if I stick around with that show or not. Because like, I've been doing a lot of downloading and connecting and really connecting with her to see where she's at spiritually, and I don't have to be a co-host for her. I would love to just teach her how to do things, set her up, and boom, you'll spread in love and light. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna start together, and I'm gonna teach her the ropes. I'm gonna help her get laptop set up, everything, live stream capable, internet, blah 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 blah, all that stuff that I'm totally capable of doing. But we're gonna put information in a nice format and talk about some stuff. We're gonna open up call lines. We're gonna have, you know, other people. Hopefully, Just Jack will join us. I'm like, definitely Just Jack is gonna join us at some point. Cameron B might even come and join us as well, because I want to put these two together when it comes to like witchy stuff and crystals and just putting witches together, like, you know, light witches, white witches, you know. But you know, at the same time, what I'm most concerned about is everybody in what I am trying to support. Everybody has to be as fucking pure as I could hope for them to be, so that we're all on the same side of the fence here. It's really what it's about. And I'm pretty sure I'm with the right tribe. I'm not worried about that. It's always got to be careful mixing energies. Well, that looks crazy. That's pretty bizarre, actually. Can I fuck with that? I'm not sure what this one does yet, but it makes a nice noise. Lets me draw scribbles everywhere. Anybody listening to me right now, just thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being you. Thanks for trying to better yourself. I know I'm kind of talking and going all kinds of different ways, but there's just so much for me to say that generally the best way to do this is just telepathically and instant downloads. So, you know, it's hard to communicate uninstantly, for lack of better words. I stutter a lot. I go on tangents. But thanks for being here, and thanks for trying to grow. That's all. Thanks for trying to grow. It's no longer thanks for hanging out. Like, I need the company. Like, it sounds weird, really terrible to say as a live streamer, right? But I've grown out of a space of lacking or needing that company anymore. So I'm not thanking you for being my company. I'm thanking you for, if you're listening to me right now, you're absorbing truth and you're growing. So thank you for growing, trying to better yourself. That's what I thank you for. And please pipe in the chat. It's always nice. It's nice to come, and it's nice to operate from a space of being fulfilled already. And I want to operate from a space, I will, from this point on, operate from a space of always being fulfilled already. tonight I got 2 upgrade packages to my soul. Certified rankings for the spiritual battle, if you will. The armor of God, you might say, times 2. Something. I don't know what happened earlier tonight, but it was powerful. It was huge, and it was a very decisive spiritual moment for me to receive that download and then feel so much guilt and shame and unworthiness all at the same time seep in to try to steal it and make me feel like I should give it up. This is how energies work with your soul every day, all day long. You let radio and news and shit like that get in. Just let other people get too fucking close. Intertangling with their lives. You can just let bad shit in. Before you drink water, what's lovely is I really don't care if people just look at this stream like, wow, this dude's tripping balls with VR right now, talking about the craziest shit. It's, I would love to just randomly stumble across some dude doing this and listen to what the hell he's saying, just because of the pretty sparkles. And, you know, my channel's always been a red pill channel to capture you with the sparkles and plant seeds. Well, I like this kind of broadcast. I can increase the audio levels. I mean, I can enhance the audio so that it's not coming out the Oculus mic, or make it so that it's not so loud, for different effects, if need be. But the message that's coming through usually is pretty solid. You know, if I don't go on a tangent or something like that, it's not as solid as I hope. No, I'm just talking right now. I'm really not offering any substance. Playing with the sparkles. They're all pretty. This game is amazing. It does help to tell a story though. Like if you really try with that whole you know, heaven and hell, or the dichotomy of good and evil, I mean, you can take these controllers and shift it around, and just the amount of pressure I'm putting on one controller versus the other will sap it one way or the other, you know. And that's very much how our soul is being, you know, sapped. Sometimes we're more good, sometimes we're like, oh, we're fucking terrible, I'm gonna make this mistake. Oh, let's realign, let's go back to God. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna make a mistake. Oh, I'm fucking terrible, I'm an undeserving, shameful fuck. Oh, let's go back to God, it hurts too much. Oh my God. You know, this is what our souls are doing. It's an energetic dance we're all going through, unless we no longer feel like we need to fill up from outside sources. Everybody is trying to do it. Most everybody you have in your life is trying to do it. It's just, it seems to be natural, but it's not what we're supposed to be doing. It's all energetic. You could fill yourself up with energy I don't like to hear that shit when I'm sober. But anything I want right now, I can lay and feel that. Feel connected. There's nothing I'm desiring. Other than for all of this to become heaven on earth. And every one of us to have the creative, magical miracles that I know I've done in my own capacity. But we're talking unleashed. When the battle is over and there's no more evil, our ability to create is what I'm fighting for. Create as if in a dream to reality. Lucid dreaming, but in the physical plane. That's heaven. Everyone will be on the same page about what that place is supposed to be like. We are already doing it. We're already magical creators. To make sure that every part of you is creating only what should be here. If you're creating for personal gain, you might get it. You're going to have a lot of evil that's connected to that, making contracts with you to get that. And if you're doing that and you got your $93 million mansion like Joel Osteen or whatever the hell, you'll be a Joel Osteen or something in your own right. No, that's not the way. You're trying to, I don't know, have just personal gain in this world. It ain't gonna work, man. Like, you have to be doing it for the bigger picture. I mean, it will, like personal gain, sure it will, but it's tethered. It's tethered with the dark side. If you're just going for personal gain, you're gonna have the dark side all up in that shit, saying, "Yeah, hey, I'll help you." Hell yeah, especially if it's really a good person. A lot of us are good people wanting to get what we want. What's so wrong with that, right? What's wrong with that, Hori? Oh, yeah, I could be good people. I could want what I want and try to go get it. Sure. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just telling you to be less selfish if you are trying to acquire something. If you're trying to acquire something, make sure it belongs. Make sure it's something you can share. Make sure it's, it's all good. It doesn't feed one into temptation, whatever you're creating. It doesn't feed one to thinking perverse thoughts. Whatever you're creating, let it be pure. Whatever you're trying to go for, let it be good things and pure things. There are forces out there that will definitely help you get the wrong things. The whole time you'll be thinking, perfect for me. It's perfect for me. That's why we're in this battle. That's why the world is the way it is. So many people are just working and surviving, man. These corporations, guys at the top of these corporations, making all the money. Come on, man. All these little specks working for somebody else's dream. That dude up there is just sucking it all for himself. Sure, his light is bright. He's got a lot of influence in this realm, but he's to the dark side, if that's how you're doing it. It'll be cast away. You'll be stripped of the desire to be selfish and everything. The goals that you're trying to go for, if they're not fully from a God space of love and light, are going to fall and crumble, whatever they are. An empire you're building, if it's not for the bigger picture and betterment of this world, woof. That was an accident, actually. Woof, it just goes. It's not going to work. It's going to fail. It's not the kingdom of God. I mean, like no, you could get what you want, but I'm telling you that there's forces out there. If it's not of the kingdom, it's other forces that are helping you get what you want. Just dangerous territory. That's why I tried the territory of like I'm not trying to acquire any sort of wealth or richness or riches. I don't know. Like I don't get it. I don't understand that. I guess if I wanted like to ski, I would like to be in a place where I could ski. If I wanted a boat to go fishing, I guess that let me relate to myself a little bit. Love to, have a nice boat and go out somewhere. But then again, look, fishing, God, man, like burning off parts of my soul, right? Fishing, I just started getting into fishing. I love me some fishing. I suck at fishing now because I don't think God's let me catch too many fish. Because I'm waking up to the fact that all I'm fishing for is to survive if I really needed to off of fish. And I'm asking myself these days, do I even need food at all? Why should I put a fucking hook out there to try to catch a fish and hurt its poor little mouth so that I hope I have the skills one day to figure out how to do it if I ever needed to eat fish? Stop fishing, Hori. Stop fishing, Hori. I've been burning characteristics out of my soul that I've enjoyed. I want to enjoy, like take pleasure in fishing. What? Fishing is so many people's fishing in this world. It's not a bad thing, Hori, is it? Yes. Same thing as eating animals. It's meat, fishing. I mean, it's the same thing, but it really is, guys. Stop. I have like $7 in Burger King gift card right now. And 20 meat patties in my fridge. And I haven't eaten in 3 days because I know when I do, the downloads will stop. Will I fast again? All the food that I have is so fucking terrible. And it's not like I can't go get better food. I'm just a cheapskate. I don't want to waste all this fucking meat. So like my last hurrah is I've already spent the money. I'd feel worse if the animal wasn't consumed. If it was just killed off for absolutely nothing, that would feel terrible than me eating meat right now, because I can put up with a little more meat. But man, am I downloading reasons why I am putting meat's gone. There's gonna be no more dairy. I want to go full on Breatharian, guys. I want to go full on Breatharian. I'm embodying that as a goal. This is like, I might drink water if I have a dry mouth. I don't want to shit anymore. I don't think we have to. I didn't piss or shit that whole 2 weeks when I was Jesus. I couldn't remember the one time I went to the bathroom. That's what was really concerning about my mom. She was freaked the fuck out that I didn't pee or shit in like days that she was watching me. Well, what was taking me over? It wasn't bad. It wasn't destructive. It was doing so much fucking healing. Everything around it. Ugh. Just questioning shit, stuff I've been through. Part of the reason why I'm making this live stream is so I won't bother certain individuals with all of this shit. So I can just kind of sit here in Babylon. Such a cool program. What you guys doing? Anybody still hanging out with me tonight? Like 5 in the morning. Go to sleep, guys. Hey, Singe Man. Oh, you still here, Allison? Oh, shit. Girl. Me. Hit a bowl. What do you guys put? Are you? For that wonderful thought. Mother. I'll do snack a bit with munchies, but not much. I eat 1 meal a day. Okay, sandwiches. I eat 1 meal per day for 3 years. Almost the same meal. Vegetables, rice, bread, tortilla, spices, salad. Okay. Any meat? I don't see meat in there. I do snack a little bit with munchies, but not much. Yeah, see, like, I can just be fine. Like, I had this bag of chips with crumbs in it, like, next to me for the past 3 days. I would just grab the bag of chips when my stomach had a little tinge of hunger. I had 2 choices. I can smoke more weed and it goes away, or I can eat the smallest amount of fucking anything, and in 10 minutes later, it would shut up. Like, that's how little food, like, my stomach was complaining for. Just a couple of, like, crumbs of a potato chip, my body was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll fucking, yeah, I'll use it. This is fine. This is enough. Yeah, I don't need all kinds of shit. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know why I'm so fucking able to do this, I guess. People are doing this, though. This is, like, fasting for days kind of thing. Like, I see it all the time on my Facebook. I can't call it a 100% fast, but I mean, believe me, I could have, I didn't need that little small bag of chips here. I certainly didn't want to eat. We don't need it. I don't know. Why it's bad is because it's getting in our way. It's like our body is like digesting way too much. It's not allowing us to like feel and connect with our true self, I guess. And like when we're just, our digestive system, man, just takes so much of our body's process. What the fuck is that? Holy shit! It looked like a face, dudes. Oh, it was like a BB King face or something there. I just completely lost my train of thought. I get caught up in the sparkles. That one would look like a fucking picture, dude. Maybe we could just do this. Can we create a face? Ask the universe for a face? That'd be so cool. Like, transform this blob with my fingers into a face. No, but that definitely looks like the cover of a rock album I've seen somewhere. Food, man. No, we don't. Our bodies, our stomachs, just digesting foods, taking our energies off of other things we could be doing. Connecting with the earth for that same fill up is really it. The pain that you experience in your stomach, you don't need food to fill it. You can smoke a little pot. I don't know. Pretty soon you don't really feel the pain anymore. Like, that goes away. You know? Stuff goes away. The crazy part is you'll still be alive. I've been there. I don't know how to explain it. Why I'm like, I don't know how I've been able to do that. 2 weeks with no food from, I mean, just cold turkey, dude. When I did that Jesus experience, guys, all I know is that a friend of mine and I went tubing, and we drunk a lot, and I puked a lot, and we said we're gonna go camping like the next weekend because we had so much fun. And this guy, I just met him, but man, the energies around these two people, it was quite an interesting friendship that formed so fast between me and him. It felt like we'd always been best friends. So after that tubing trip, like, we decided, we'd go tubing, yeah, and it was cool, and like the next weekend we're gonna hang out, let's go camping. Like, all right, cool, yeah. This is when I was robo-tripping back in the day. So I suggested, we camp, we go get a tent, we robo-trip, or at least I'll robo-trip, that'd be great, and he's like, yeah, whatever. Well, we got the tent, the camping stuff didn't work out. I ended up robo-tripping. It was fun. We all had a good time. They went to bed. And I was outside in the tent we put up for no reason, so like I didn't have to sleep in it, but I was like, dude, we did this for no reason. I'm just gonna sleep in it tonight. So I'm out there on a robo trip. Robitussin cough syrup. You don't know what the hell I'm talking about. A drug that is right there at Walmart, and that has a very, very spiritual link, some kind of way. That shit can put you right in the quote-unquote palm of God's hand, like I felt like I was in one day. But anyway, something happened in that tent. And it wasn't while I was tripping on that shit. That Robitussin shit. Like, something happened. It was different than shit that I would think. Like, I know what the difference is between how a robo trip should go versus all of a sudden getting amazing amount of inspiration to go like be something grand, and I'm like, it just filled me, it just consumed my being, and I'm like, oh my god, yes, absolutely. I had such motivation to be grand, or not like grand like go amass a bunch of wealth. Like, this inspiration took over me in this tent. And I thought my path was like, oh, I got to go to college and like all this stuff. Like, so I called my cousin, picked me up, and that's the start of the whole adventure for the next 2 weeks of no eating, no food. I mean, no eating, no food, no sleep. I didn't remember drinking anything at the college the whole time. There for a few days, and then back with my aunt. I walked all around that campus. Like, before I was at my aunt's house, okay? When I was like, yeah, my cousin came and picked me up. He's like, yeah, let's go to college. You could start at my college with me. You could sign these papers in the office tomorrow. Cool. Blah, blah, blah. We got this worked out. He literally came and picked me up from that tent like the next day, like 3 hours away. He was like, dude, you want to come to my college? Hell yeah. I don't know what got into you. Fucking let's do it, right? Crazy gung-ho cousins I had at the time. Came and picked me up. I go to his college. He wasn't prepared to deal with me, and I wasn't prepared for what was happening. But I just became this energy of, I was just getting downloads. Information was coming so fast. I was talking to people about shit so much. They were like, shh, dude, shut up. What? They were like, shut up. And it's because they didn't understand. Nobody could relate to the information shit I was just spewing. I was writing numbers down on paper. It was like connecting dots with like what numbers meant, blah 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 blah. I mean, this is shit that I now know to be gematria and coding and symbolism, and I was getting all this shit and writing it down and showing it to people, and they're like, "Fucking shut your cousin up, dude." So my cousin's like, "Okay, Jorge, we gotta go." This is fucking embarrassing. Like, the whole college knows you as the walker, because I wasn't walking. I was just walking everywhere and like talking to people, like being real friendly and shit. Like, everybody knew me. Everybody liked me. They had a fucking nickname for me in less than 2 days, and he was freaked the fuck out about that. Jesus energy, guys. Jesus energy. It weirded him out. I didn't know what was happening to me at the time. I just thought I could snap my fingers and create reality for people, and I was asking them what they wanted to wish for, trying to snap my fingers for them. There was 2 parts of this. There was a sort of a delusional part, and some sort of like, I did know everything because I put that to the test. I did get full-on spiritual strength because I operated from the purest form of love. This all that story is tied in from this adventure, you know. The security guards and shit, all that from this is the very, very beginning of that whole story. So yeah, my cousin's like, dude, you gotta go. This is embarrassing. Shove you at your aunt's house and let your family deal with you. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's cool too. Don't wanna fuck your life up, bro. You know. He's like, yeah, it's good. He's gonna drop you fucking off. And so then, you know, my mom and my aunts and people were like, okay, what's wrong with him? I don't fucking know. So my cousin told them the story, and they got them all worried. But I didn't eat, I didn't sleep. I just sat there and meditated all day on the couch, like, or on the floor, just like in one spot, just sitting all day long, just thinking. Didn't talk to many people, except when people would come by and we'd have conversations. It was so deep. But like, I just kept to myself until somebody wanted something to do with me, for the most part. And it worried so many people because I wasn't eating and sleeping. How was I living? How was I even like functioning properly without dying? I'm curious about that. What was the delusional part in this? What was the delusional part that made me think I could just snap my fingers and give everybody their wishes? Because that's also true too. But what time space was I operating in? I was asking them what they wished for and snapping my fingers, and I have no idea if they got what they wished for. But I'm willing to bet they probably did. Because I didn't do all that shit for no fucking reason. At one point in that experience, I was led, this is after I jumped over the fence and before the cops. Walked down the street, and it was a dead end. Keep in mind, didn't need any water up until any of this point. All of a sudden, immediately, needed water. I was like, I need water now. and I'm about to go grab a hose and drink from it because it's just now. And I said, I best knock on a door. The thought came to me, well, you just can't do that. Fucking, oh, that's not good. People defending their property, they have a right to. Of course, got it. Right. They would totally be, I would be infringing upon their own personal right. Yeah, I got it. So I couldn't just gouge and grab a hose. Couldn't. Spirit didn't let me. So I knocked on the door, hoping somebody would answer so I could ask for some water from their hose. And nobody answered the first door, so I started walking down the street. I said, this might be a little difficult. But the neighbor of that house saw me knock and come out. I said, what are you doing? Did you need something? I said, oh, thank you so much for asking me. Yes, I do. Can I have a glass of ice water, please? That would be perfect. Or, you know what? I'll just drink from this hose if you don't mind. It's so much easier. And he's like, oh, gosh, no. Gosh, I'll be right back. Let me get you some ice water. It's hot out here. I'm like, okay. So I said, I'll stay here. He came out and grabbed me, big old tall glass of water and handed it to me and drank some of it. And I asked him, is there anything that you want? And he was like, what? And I was like, anything in the world. And he's like, can I pray for you? What he said to me. And he prayed for me. I said, wow. You're going to pray for Jesus. I didn't say that verbally. I just thought that and I giggled at it. And I said, sure. Sure, absolutely. He said, I want to pray with you for you because you remind me of my son. He says, I'm a pastor at this local church and my son is a Luciferian. He worships Satan. What the fuck do I go through stuff like that for? Why me? That whole journey is book worthy, dudes. Book worthy to tell the story of it helps me tell my story of embodying pure love and light and having superhuman strength. It helped all that story so far has been good for is that it has taught me what it took for me to prove to myself without even me asking for this proof whatsoever that operating from a space of pure love and light is stronger than muscle and brawn. Stronger than muscle and brawn. And I question, I was saying earlier, the Superman stuff. I question if the battle's going down, if I'm operating from a love and light space, and you hold a gun to my head and you're like, fuck your love and light, I'll just pop you. I wonder if the trigger would be pulled. But you know how we have blanks in the guns? How might that happen? Somebody a long time ago told me this. Long time ago told me this. Oh, you can just simply divert the oxygen ever so slightly around the area where the hammer strikes the head of the bullet to cause the explosion. The explosion comes from the minerals and shit acting with the oxygen, some kind of way oxygen had to do with this, where nothing's gonna explode if there's no oxygen, right? That's it. Nothing's gonna combust or explode. There's no fire without oxygen, right? That's the same thing we have about space and rocket travel. It's bullshit. So same concept with you operate from a love and light space, pull a gun on me. Hey, you could blow me away. And you know what? That's cool too. I'm not coming back though. I don't have to. My mission this time is my last. if I don't really want to stick around this place to see what happens after the battle, I don't have to. I don't think we have to. I think we're stuck here. We've been stuck here. We've been playing a battle, being pulled both sides of this battle for so many years. And I'm tired of that. I want to align with the one, the creator, and purify everything. Because this battle gives me, I'll have the strength in this battle when it comes, if I do that. And so will you. And yeah, the Bible's been telling you that. And yeah, the armor of God. And yeah, Jesus with his, you'll be able to do more than me, and miracles, you'll be stronger than me. And yeah, it's because he wasn't resisting the people that drug him to the cross. He could have. Is there any part in that story that says Jesus tried to stop them from dragging him to the cross? No. He allowed them. The story got screwed up as to why. He didn't die for our sins. That's not... It wasn't like that. I mean, that still doesn't make sense to me. Even my level I'm operating with right now, he didn't come back to die for our sins. It's at least not translated properly, right? Not translated properly. It makes it sound like it's just like, I don't know. Oh, look at this. It's so beautiful now. I've created such loveliness here. But yeah, man, that crazy story allows me to tell my story of getting God's armor and superhuman strength and operating from a love space when defying all logic and physics. Even these guys couldn't pick me up, shove me into a room, break my elbows or not break them as in break my bones, but like, if somebody holds their arm out straight, and let's say they're doing push-ups, you got somebody just doing a push-up and he's got his arms straight out onto the floor, like straight out, and you try to crack his elbow to make him fall smack on his nose, you crack him in the creases of his elbow, make his arm fold. They couldn't do that. When I was keeping my frame on the door to not get shoved in the door, they couldn't punch my elbow. They kept trying to punch the tender part of my elbow and the inner elbow to make my arm bend, because that's all they needed to do is make it bend so they can throw me forward. And these dudes couldn't, full on punch, elbow, crack, any part of their body couldn't bend my little arm. I'm not a muscular dude. And I'm not saying I'm strong in any regard, like, I'm strong, yeah, but like, it wouldn't take much effort for the guy of his size to be able to, chop my arm is what it's called, chop my arm. Then multiply it by 2. You got 3 times the man capable of doing this one thing, and he couldn't do it. And then his friend couldn't help him. The power of 6 men, basically, or more, I embodied easily. Calculating this. So take comfort in that. Shit hits the fan. If 144,000 people start raining down and start saying, hey, we're coming to purge the evil, don't fight it. Don't fucking fight it. You're not gonna win. You ain't gonna win. You might as well join it. Purge your evil. Because when the battle's over, you're gonna feel so loved, forgiven, loved, at home and in peace. That's what's awaiting after this battle for anyone choosing the light. There's not going to be anyone else there's not going to be any more darkness. Everyone will be convinced to choose the light. That's why this battle is so massive. That's why contracts are breaking, like, and being alliances are cracking. The Galactic Federation shit's talking about all this, like, the Tigetans are like, hey, this ain't right, you know, like, I don't like, there's too much control happening here with these humans, and, you know, this could be all stem from the same thing. Like, every part of this is like, there's a battle about to happen, about to pop off right here. And it's not about knowing how to fight and how to kill, guys. Just about knowing how to love. Knowing how to love. Let that sink in, man. Let that sink in. You're not getting love in your life and you're seeking it in ways that's unhealthy. Just play with yourself one night and imagine what it feels like to already be loved, and imagine what it feels like to get whatever it is, you know, having the feeling of whatever you want. Imagine it already. Imagine that for that moment you have it. Imagine what it would feel like. And you can fill up. Fill up. Especially if it's like love. Like for me, it's a lack of love, wanting intimacy. You don't need that. That shit'll get you in trouble. That shit'll tangle your energy up with shit. No, we don't need to be like having sex a whole lot. Like I'm kind of like detested at physical sex, because at this point I don't want anybody near my divine creative essence sexually, unless you and I are really on the same fucking team, at least. Yeah. And I don't know, I'm not even searching for that shit anymore. I don't have to. That's all part of the completeness and oneness that I've recently found. What I'm trying to share it with you guys is it exists. Lacked love and intimacy for most of my life. Get it here and there, but it's never what I want. I've been just plagued and cursed with that shit. The lacking of just wanting it. This all stems from like hypersexualization in my youth. So I know where it all comes from, but you know, be able to heal from that is powerful. It's gonna be very powerful. Just to feel loved is powerful, but to emanate love, where it's at. Be so loved and in love and operating from love and just being so in alignment, you will fucking just emanate it. Be this condensed, most powerful version of love, and it'll just build and build and build until this is it. God's love and nothing else will even be there. Like, slowly but surely they'll come and join the light. This is a fantastic tool to tell a biblical story with. I think I've hit the nail on the head. Hori, congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. Man, I wish I could put this in the hands of Miss Jack. Or just anybody like that's speaking scripture right now and that likes pretty colors. I want to see what kind of picture they would paint with this visually as they talk. Every trip I tell myself I'm gonna go in the video game and have fun. I'm gonna play my fighting game. I'm gonna play my fighting game. And I can't bring myself to playing that combat fighting killing game. I can't. But I can suck myself into beautiful glory, pretty sparkles. Glorious pretty sparkles. That means something. Crazy. You guys need to trip and play this game, dudes. And I'm only using like one of these buttons. There's so many other things I could be doing. Let me just play for a while. Yeah. I forgot I am still tripping. Let me make this such a nice environment for myself. Let's really start painting the picture I want. Look at that. Strangely familiar. World. Just unreal. Wow, like a rib cage now. What this one does, yeah. I guess this is just the fuck it all up button. This got no rhyme or reason. What's it doing? This is just chaos. That's what it is. Hey, it looks like chaos. Interesting. Oh, I still don't know what that one does, but it connects both my controllers when I try it. Totally changes my right one. Still don't really know what to do with this one all that much. It does create stuff. Lets me amplify stuff. Let's go back to God, fellas. What I'm trying to do. Dude, what have I created? Like, this is unreal, dude. Look, I got a whole little Milky Way galaxy at my ass I didn't even know about. I was creating that too. I can't even shove my hand down there to make any more of it. So cool, man. And they have their own like shimmer. Like I don't know how to explain how beautiful this is to you guys. I don't know how it looks on the monitor that you're seeing, but the sense of depth, like I'm in this bubble. Like this is like this 3D thing that I just pushed out from all the sparkles that I've made. It's crazy. The sense of like feeling of being in an environment or something, making your own environment is totally possible with this little tool. And it's so beautiful. The sound of it helps you think, helps you organize thoughts. Obviously, it's been good so far. And you like, there's a skill in this, you know, if you're really trying to get a certain thing going, like you have to know how to use the tools. I can kind of like do what I want with it now. I'm not perfect. Come on, little sparkles. Let's have a burst for me. Ooh, got 'em. Where they coming from? Here we go, baby. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Gonna do this, and then we're gonna set off an explosion. Woof! Oh, it was so worth it. Ooh, rainbows in my face. Ah, it was so worth it. Let's do it again. That was great. Poof. Yes. It's kind of like how it is doing healings, you know. Just shove some light in there and let that light get where it needs to go, and poof. No, it's not really how it is. I mean, it's not terrible. Not a poof and let it go. It's definitely guided and directed, filled up, fill people with white light. But the white light energy that you fill them with, after it's filled, it's poof. It goes all through their energy system and starts, doing the rest of its healing. The stuff you're not guiding it actively to do. The white light and healing intention is what causes the healing. You don't know what somebody needs to heal their problem. You don't know what it takes to stop their nerves from firing pain. You don't know. Consciously, but spirit knows it's not functioning properly. And God's love puts things that don't function properly back in functioning, working order. That's how powerful it is. That's the healing power of God. We have, me and you, you're listening to this right now. You don't really need to take a Tylenol, except for those damn dehydration headaches from coffee and most hangover. You kind of can't heal those. Those fucking suck. Well, honestly, the stuff that can easily be rooted into a physical problem like dehydration, and it's a headache. Look, energy work all you want on that shit, but go drink some fucking water. Alright? Jeez. Am I gonna feel this inspired tomorrow when I wake up? Or am I gonna let all the work I have to do to sustain the lifestyle and pay my bills make me a miserable fuck? That's something else I gotta purify out of my life. The shit that I don't want to do, I don't want to do anymore for a reason. It doesn't serve me. My current profession no longer serves me. If I'm operating from this space, pure love, I can't be an actor for companies that I have no fucking clue what they're trying to do for the world. Selling poison, if they're stealing your money. I have to do a career change. When my whole life is built upon my skill set of being an actor. Or not an actor, but a commercial spokesperson. That has to be purified away, and a new door is going to open. But those skills that I've put to use to spread the light, but how am I going to pay the bills? Right? See how the darkness tethers to you like that. And says, well, gotta fucking pay your bills, bro. Do your job. You know? I choose to not have that in my reality. Choose to not make that my life. And I want to create that. I think that's how it should be. Shouldn't be paying bills like this for free energy, dudes. Hello. Free energy, dudes. It's already here. They know how to use it. They know how to do it. They keep killing people that spread it. The inventors are getting raided by the FBI, and this shit's going in fucking classified documents, dudes. This is all orchestrated. It's all orchestrated. It's been happening for a long time. I have been doing research, figuring out what started it. What the hell decided to pervert this place? If it was truly nothing but purity and love, where was that dark, dirty speck that started doing its damage? In the story of creation, this is the serpent feeding Eve the apple of the knowledge of truth, good and evil, right? The innocence was lost once they knew evil. Thus they were cast out, and everything else, just fear and everything overtook them. Being thrust out of a safe environment into the woods and the wilderness, wolves, not a safe place, it's fear. Not being home, this is all new. That's what that apple did. God's like, yo, you want to know, I guess, you want to know dirty. That's dirty. It's there. Don't eat it. It's growing right here. Dirty and nasty is right here. Please don't fucking touch it. Thanks, guys. But somebody fucking gave that apple. Something's like, yo, touch the dirty and spread the dirty. Spread the evil. Spread the murder. Spread the everything. What happened? Who did that? Why? Can we stop? We can stop. You purify yourself and spread nothing but love and light. Burn it out. That's all it is. Burn it out. It's really interesting interacting with people with this kind of lens now. There's almost nobody that can really hide shit from me anymore at this point. And kind of ridiculous watching them try. But you can see things happen in their face when you call them out. And it's those energies that don't belong sometimes that you can manipulate. I'm starting to figure this out. Starting to figure out very subtle energetic things about how this world works, and very major energetic things. Learning about why, eating healthy is a good thing is one thing, but doing it for getting an actual benefit other than health, another. Like the downloads. Eating healthier is, for me, is for the downloads. I'm not trying to ride my bike faster or jog harder, lift more weights. I want to connect to divine consciousness. My whole life has been figuring out magic, trying to make this world worth being in. Build my life with magic and sparkles in various degrees. What now? I've completely wiped my slate. I'm not sure because I still have bills to pay. I can't just instantly stop working. I could start creating something that hopefully will take off. And by take off, mean pay my bills. Spreading love and light to pay my bills. What does this mean? What is this career? What I'm looking at right now. The Corey Sheet Show doing Flat Earth, wasn't it, guys? Not it. Sorry. Didn't make old Hori enough to pay one bill, mostly. Not one bill, but like my rent. No, never. Not even close. But I've been trying to create all along, not for selfish gains even. I've had my heart in the right space for a really, really long time. But what I've been trying to create just wasn't what needs to be created. So that's why it's just been spinning tires in the mud. I get that now. I'm just not sure how to spread love and light in this world in any other way than Jesus tried to, and we saw what happened. I know what happened to me. They stick you in a fucking cell, stick a catheter in your dick, and try to poke you with needles. Bruh, I'm not fucking joking. So, if you have a solution, we need to find our soul tribe, man. Figure out the best ways to do that shit. What we're here for. I'm gonna go out on that note. Drink some water. And just gonna lay and feel loved. What I'm gonna do with the rest of my trip. Who's still with me? Check the old chat. You July. What's up? Wanna become famous? It's a bot. Hey Singeman, no meat. I did a bit of dairy. I did start a bit of dairy to help stop kidney stones. Interesting. I didn't know that. I keep seeing scorpions in. What? Oh, in the stuff I'm doing. In the sugar. In my comic, the story is told to a character. It seems like an hour, but it actually takes weeks. So when he's done telling the story to him, the guy is almost starving. Oh. I hope I didn't bore you into starvation or anything with my rants. I know you didn't mean it like that, but guys, I'm changing. My mission, my show, my channel, my content is changing. For a long time now, I've been operating on a space of just whatever the fuck makes me smile and makes me happy and not want to die. That's a very dangerous space to operate from. I could have my heart in the best place, but if I still feel a lack in love and I'm operating in ways that just make me smile, or things that I'm doing that are filling up that love space in the wrong ways, like porn, like I've burnt off all that shit to be more fulfilled without all that shit. And it's very, 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 very powerful, guys. And I just want everybody to like try to eventually one day discover the magic that is so powerful and healing before, if this spiritual battle takes place and shit hits the fan, dude, at least you can say, oh, I heard about that shit when Hori was tripping and playing this sugar game, Cosmic Space Dust shit. He was talking about this armor of God and superhuman strength, and you'll be in the middle of this war if you don't know what's going on, and people be trying to shoot at you, and you'd be like, how do I live? I got so much fear. Better start loving. You put the damn gun down too. Yeesh. Gonna be a tough battle. Not gonna need the guns, don't worry. Shouldn't. There'll be guns, there'll be a lot of bloodshed, there'll be a lot of death. Tons. Not necessary. Not necessary, but it'll take place. Be ready. Love you guys. Oh, I'm here to change the world. Who's with me?